Thank you and welcome to the Vertex Measuring Guide. If you follow along with this guide, you should have no problem measuring for a well-fitted suit. Firstly, we advise that you have someone help you with your measurements and pay close attention to the notes and audio description that goes along with this guide when taking measurements. Make sure the tape measure is snug fitting. It should not be so loose that you can fit your hand underneath the tape, and it should not be so tight that it is pulling in at the skin. You should take every measurement at least twice to avoid making mistakes. We recommend that you only ever measure in underwear, a well-fitted t-shirt, or thin thermal base layers. When you enter your measurements on our website, we'll ask you to select a fit type to choose how much extra is added to your measurements to reach the desired fit type. If you are unsure about which fit type is right for you and which materials you may want, please visit our article section on the website to find an article called Suit Selection. This covers a range of topics that will help you make better choices when designing your suit. Now we've covered some of the basics, let's get started with the measurements. A. Neck. Measure around the base of the neck. B, C, and D. Shoulders, upper arm and lower arm. Measure across the back of the shoulders, taking measurements from where the seams would be on a well-fitted t-shirt. Where the shoulders finish, take this point and measure to the elbow for the upper arm measurement. We go from the elbow to the wrist for the lower arm measurement. It is important we don't overlap any of these measurements. E. Bicep. Measure around the widest part of the bicep with the arm bent 90 degrees but not tensed. F. Forearm. Measure around the forearm at the widest point, with the arm bent at 90 degrees. G. Wrist. Measure around the base of the wrist. Cuffs. Hand. Make the hand as narrow as possible, then measure around the widest part. H. Upper chest. Measure around the highest point of the chest, making sure the arms are down by the side, you're relaxed and the tape measure is level at the back. It's very important that we allow the tape measure to slacken off when we lower the arms. If it's pulling in at the chest, it will mean you'll end up with an overly tight measurement on your suit. I. Chest. Measure around the chest at the height of the nipples, making sure arms are by your side and the tape is level at the back. I2. Under chest. Measure around the body just underneath the chest. J. Waist. Measure around the waist at the narrowest part. R1. Jacket length, and K2. Jacket waist. From the soft spot between the collarbones, take the tape measure and select how long you would like your jacket to be. Take note of this point, then measure around the body at that height. This will give us our K2, jacket waist measurement. R2, trouser crotch, and J2, trouser waist. First, we need to decide how high we'd like our trousers or shorts to come up. This needs to be equal front and back. We then take this R2 measurement, mark this point on our body, and measure around the waist at this height. This will give us J2, trouser waist measurement. K. Hips. Measure around the hips at the widest part. This may differ person to person and could be as low as the crotch. L. Upper thigh. Measure around the thigh at the highest point. L2. Lower thigh. Measure around the lower thigh. This should be over the bulk of the quad muscle, should be about 2 to 3 inches above the kneecap. M. Knee. Measure around the center point of the knee. N. Calf. Measure around the widest point of the calf muscle. O. Ankle. Measure around the base of the ankle. Cuff/foot. Lifting the heel off the ground, Measure around the widest part of the heel as shown in the video. P. Groin to knee. Take the tape measure and place it the highest point of the groin. Measure to the center point of the knee at the side. Q. Inseam. Measuring from the groin, measure to the base of the foot at the side. T. Armpit. Measure straight up from the armpit, making sure the arm is held at 45 degrees. Please don't add anything to this measurement.